And welcome again to another edition of Financial Friday. I'm Jim Tabor, and we're talking with Kfcu Federal Credit Union's Financial Counseling Manager, Kimberly Ford again. Last week we talked about budgeting and how important it was to budget.
Right.
And how, you know, a lot of people are afraid to do something like that, but they could really save you a lot in the long run.
Yes.
Today we're going to be talking about personal loans. What is a personal loan?
A personal loan are unsecured funds that a member may need for a particular reason. They're unsecured funds that are secured by the member's signature, meaning there's no collateral securing these loans.
Mm-hmm. So if somebody comes in and wants to get a loan for something, they just have to decide, is it a signature? I mean, what is the difference between a signature and a personal loan?
Well, a signature loan is a personal loan, but for an example, if a member wants to apply for an automobile or a boat or an ATV, then those funds will be secured because the boat or the automobile or the ATV will be the collateral for that type of loan.
Okay, so that way if they default on the loan, you lose your boat.
You lose your boat, you lose your automobile, you
That
lose
must
your
be why
ATV.
I see some of those sitting up there at Kfcu Federal sometime in the parking lot with the for sale sign on there because somebody defaulted on there.
Absolutely.
So what can a signature loan or a personal loan, what can they be used for?
Well, they're used for an acceptable purpose, but most of the time members acquire these loans for debt consolidation, unexpected expenses, and to establish or build credit.
So let's just say all of a sudden I find out my vehicle is going to need several hundred, maybe a couple of $1,000s worth of work done to it because of an engine or whatever. That would be considered as a signature loan?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, they will be considered a signature loan.
Okay. And is there any time that there is, for either a signature or a personal loan, is there a collateral required?
Well, that all depends. You have some members that come to take out a loan and they want to use their vehicle for collateral. So it all depends on the member's intent and purpose and what they decide.
You know, it always kind of makes me nervous when you see these businesses that say, well, we'll loan you money against your car or something like that. So I feel more comfortable coming to you and saying, okay, here's my old truck. It's not worth a whole lot, but I'll put it because I need to fix this around the house.
Right.
And do it a lot easier. Of course, as I proudly mentioned, I've been a member with Kfcu Federal Credit Union for over 23 years now.
And we value your membership.
Well, I appreciate that, and y'all do a wonderful job. How do you qualify for a personal loan? What do you need?
Now, there are a few things that you can do to qualify. What you can do is you can go to one of our branches, you can call and apply through our member contact center, or you can go online and apply through our application center on kfcu.org. Once that application is received, the member or the non-member will be notified by one of our lending officers, and they will then obtain any other needed information, and at that point it will be sent to our central underwriting team that will overlook the application and make the decision based on the credit union's lending and guidelines.
Now, you mentioned one thing, Kimberly, that members or non-members. Does someone have to be, so somebody does not have to be a member of Kfcu Federal Credit Union to get a personal loan from you?
If they apply at that time, they will be required to become a member, but you don't have to be a member to apply, because then if you're not a member, then that will give you the option right then to become a member of our wonderful credit union.
Yeah, and there's a lot of great benefits.
Yes, it is. It's the greatest around.
It really is. It really is. Now, here's a question that I know a lot of people are going to ask. Does my credit score matter? Because they think, oh, I've got low credit, I don't have good credit. Does that really matter?
Yes, sir. Your credit score does matter, because the better your credit, the better your interest rate will be, and the better your chances will be for being approved for the loan. So credit makes a big decision on getting approved for the loan. Credit does matter.
What can a person do just kind of to get a better credit score? What kind of advice would you give somebody?
Well, one type of advice I will give someone is make all your payments on time. That is a big requirement if you are approved for a loan at Keesler Federal Credit Union. Make your payments on time. Watch your debt to ratio. Watch credit cards. Make sure your credit card utilization stays at 30% or below, because when your credit card utilization go over the 30%, your credit takes a big decline.
Now, you're talking about your credit scored and paying, making sure you pay your bills on time,
yes,
or even a little early. Can you pay off a personal loan early?
Absolutely. At Keesler Federal Credit Union, you can pay that loan off early. We don't have any payment penalty fees, and it's a great thing because you're reducing the interest rate, and you have displayed great character payments with the loan because you never know when you'll have to come back.
Okay, because that's one important thing. You know, as you mentioned, you know, some institutions will penalize you if you pay it off early.
Absolutely.
And I never could figure that out.
Absolutely.
You know, I guess they want to keep collecting that interest rate or
That's
something
true.
from you to make up for it, but with y'all, you don't.
No, and that's what sets us off. That's why we're the best around. That's why we're so unique. That's what makes us Keesler Federal Credit Union.
And Keesler Federal Credit Union has been around for a long time.
Yes, it has. We celebrated our 75th anniversary last year, so we have been around for a while.
I
Yes,
remember that they had a big thing going on and about Keesler. It's kind of one of the reasons that we started this Financial Friday thing with Keesler Federal Credit Union, because of the 75-year anniversary and being able to have so many of your wonderful counselors or employees and some of the CEOs, whatever, come in and talk to us about
Absolutely.
a lot of the great things that Keesler Federal has got going on.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't know about.
You're absolutely right, and I encourage anyone that's not a member of Keesler Federal Credit Union, come on in, speak with one of our financial service representatives or call into our member contact center and become a member at Keesler Federal Credit Union, because it's a rewarding experience to be a member there.
So I have people that we have about a minute left thinking, well, I've got to be in the military. I've got a family member that's got to be in the military or something like that. That's not necessarily true.
That is not necessarily true. You don't have to be a member of the military. You don't have to be a veteran to become a member of Keesler Federal Credit Union. So all you have to do is come in and apply for membership.
It's that easy.
It's that easy.
And get in with all the other wonderful people,
Absolutely,
including myself, that are getting some great services from Keesler Federal Credit Union.
We value our members. Yes, sir.
And that's one of the great things about it.
Yes, sir.
Kimberly, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and thanks for having me today.
Always a pleasure to have some of the great folks from Keesler Federal Credit Union talking about some of the great things that they have. And of course, next Friday we will continue more Financial Friday with somebody new here on Keesler Federal Credit Union and Financial Friday on WLOX Shop South Mississippi.